One more time, guys. One more time. All right, guys, welcome back to my channel. That is what you call a banger. That song is what gets the people going. Oh, boy, guys, I just went on a 3-day bender, drinking tequila every single day for the past 3 days, and I am done. We're shutting that down so I can get back on track physically, mentally, spiritually, all those things. Happy Sunday, fun day, guys. Thank you so much for joining me today. This beautiful Sunday here in America, as well as in Mexico, because that's where I am right now. I am doing live streams every day moving forward. So you're going to be getting live streams from me 7 days a week. Ideally, Tara from Polish American Brotherhood will be joining me for most of those. So you should expect Tara to be on live streams with me very often, as we're going to be doing this daily, probably from her studio in Orlando. But when she cannot join me, I will still be going live for you guys under the Be Free My Sheeple name. So we're here today. We're live. Good to see all you guys in the comments section. I see Brazos River, David Austrian, Devon, of course. Always Devon, what's going on, bro? David Wilson, Douglas Cottrell. Love seeing your names come up. It's almost like we got a friendship going on, guys. This is so cool. But I did see this video from Hillary Clinton, and I thought she brought up a lot of interesting, I don't know if that's the word, interesting is the right word here, but a lot of absurd statements in my opinion. And I wanted to play the clip for you guys. I haven't actually watched the clip entirely. I've only read some of the quotes from it. What's up, Michael? But then I want to kind of react to it in real time with you guys. So let's play this clip. And let's see what she has to say for herself. All right, here we go, guys.
State and Democratic presidential nominee Hillary Clinton. Clinton has pointed to Russian influence, a late October reopening of the FBI investigation into her private email server, and her own infamous comment about deplorables as contributing to her loss in 2016. The defeat is made more painful, she says, by the events and divisions that have followed, and by what still may be ahead.
If I were a betting person right now, I say Trump is going to run again. I mean, he seems to be setting himself up to do that. And if he's not held accountable, then he gets to do it again. I think that could be the end of our democracy. Not to be too, pointed about it, but I want people to understand that this is a make or break point. If he were, or someone of his ilk, were once again to be elected president, and if especially he had a Congress that would do his bidding, you will not recognize our country.
So,
I mean, like, oh my God. It's so frustrating to hear this narrative from these liberals because Joe Biden is the president and we don't recognize this country. Under Trump, I recognize this country more than I ever have before. It's just, I can't even find the words to put how frustrating this is to hear this rhetoric. And the fact that she has the backing of mainstream media, big tech, to share these thoughts, this is how Democrats keep people on their Democrat hive mind because of this type of propaganda. What exactly? Like, I'm curious. What exactly during Trump's presidency, pre-COVID? Okay, what about his presidency was so bad? Seriously, even every liberal Democrat I know will at least acknowledge the economy was thriving under Trump, stock market was thriving under Trump, unemployment was thriving under Trump. We took millions of Americans off of welfare and food stamps because they started to make a livable wage because Trump brought a lot of jobs back home. He kept inflation reasonable. He made us energy independent. Gas prices, he worked with OPEC. He strong-armed them to keep prices where they should have been. He started no new wars, which protected the lives of American citizens as well as people abroad. He strengthened our borders, which protected the lives of Americans as well as lives of people trying to make the treacherous journey into our country illegally. So it's like, what exactly was so bad about his presidency? The rhetoric that they claim that was emboldened by Trump was their own rhetoric. That's the irony. That's the craziest part. Trump always spoke, when he spoke about Americans, he spoke about all Americans. He didn't feel the need to single out identity politics the way the Democrats do. He operated for all Americans. And I'm just baffled how she could openly, with bold face, straight up say, we're not going to recognize America if Trump comes back. I just don't understand what, during his presidency, pre-COVID, what was so bad? Nothing. America was amazing. America was thriving. And I wasn't even politically aware back then. So, I didn't really notice as much. But I look back at all the data. I think we did pretty damn well, especially when you look at what's happening now. Let's watch the rest of this clown show.
So given everything you've just described, do you ever have moments of responsibility or even guilt about what's happened?
Of course, because I tried to warn people. I tried to make the case that this was really dangerous. The people he was allied with, what they were saying, what he might do. And I do think, but for Jim Comey and the stunt he pulled 10 days before the election, I would have won. I feel terrible about not stopping him and the people around him. But I feel like now everybody can see for themselves what kind of leader he is. And
I think she has this backwards, right? Because based on all the data, the amount of Joe Biden voter regret is insane. The disapproval rating of Joe Biden and Kamala Harris is insane. I mean, we've never seen anything like this before. All right, that's just the reality. So I don't know what the hell she's talking about. I really have no freaking idea.
clearly there were people who liked what they saw, despite what I see as the real dangers to our country. They turned out and voted for him. And he's trying to get it set up so that will happen again for him, even if he loses, as he did twice, the popular vote.
So what do you see as the state of the Democrats?
I love that jab she throws in about him losing the popular vote. I mean, we don't vote on popular vote here in the US. We have an electoral college. So he won the electoral college, therefore he won the election. I mean, there's no point really to bring up the popular vote because that's not the system we operate on. So that's just really a dumb comment by her. It's a stupid blow, in my opinion, and it's irrelevant. Let's not forget that Trump also won the most votes on his second run than any other president in history. I think he got 11 or 12 million more votes. So I don't know what she's talking about.
Democratic Party right now.
I think that it is a time for some, careful thinking about what wins elections, and not just in deep blue districts where a Democrat and a liberal Democrat or so-called progressive Democrat is going to win. I understand why people want to argue for their priorities. That's what they believe they were elected to do. So look, I'm all about having vigorous debate. I think it's good, and it gives people a chance to be part of the process. But at the end of the day, it means nothing if we don't have a Congress that will get things done, and we don't have a White House that we can count on to be sane and sober and stable and productive.
Secretary Clinton's class on the power of resilience is available now on Masterclass. You can subscribe at masterclass.com or on the Masterclass app. Our big thanks to Crabtree's.
So that's Hillary Clinton, sore loser, whatever. Yeah, somebody, our favorite commie, just brought up the Muslim ban, which is more fake news. Calling Trump's Muslim ban back in 2018 a Muslim ban is truly the most dumbed down description of what Trump did, while ignoring a lot of the facts of that ban. Basically, Trump blocked travel from, I believe, a total of 7 or 8 countries, Muslim countries, except what it fails to realize is there's almost 50 Muslim countries in the world. So Trump did not block 50 Muslim countries. That's not what happened. Trump blocked 5 majority Muslim countries and 2 non-Muslim countries, which I believe were North Korea and Venezuela. He definitely blocked 2 non-Muslim countries within that same ban. So it was never a Muslim ban. What he was doing was he saw that there was loopholes in their screening policies, and he wanted to hold all of these countries accountable, and basically saying, you seem to have terrorist hotspots in your countries, and unless you do the appropriate amount of screening, we need to put a ban on your country until you figure that out. Ultimately, what happened was a few of those countries did adhere to the guidelines that Trump and the security team wanted these countries to implement. And guess what? He took them off of the list of banned countries. So the Muslim ban was another example of fake news. It was another example of dumbing down the reality of what Trump was doing. And it was also leaving out a lot of facts, such as he didn't ban all Muslim countries. I'd be honest, if Trump looked at all 50 Muslim countries and said, we're banning all of them, I'll be honest, that'd be messed up. Like, I'd be like, yo, that's a little weird, bro. But he didn't do that. He banned, I think, 5 out of 50, so 10%. And he included 2 non-Muslim majority countries, North Korea and Venezuela, in that same ban. And liberals and progressives, they fail to acknowledge that. Again, Trump was just trying to protect us from terrorist attacks. This is not to say that Muslim countries, have more terrorists than any other country. But we saw at the time that there were some issues that were happening there. That's what Trump did. I stand by it. If you look at it as a terrorist ban or a screening ban, because we wanted to just make sure that we focused on that, that's different. So this is more fake news from the left. It's a lie, and it's slander on Donald Trump. So Renzo, please do research on that. You can look it up on non-liberal news and find the truth about that ban. All right, let's go through some comments. Travis Decker, democracy sucks. I like America being a free republic. Guess I'll vote Trump. Hell yeah, you look like a Trump voter too, man. I like that. You look like a masculine man with a strong beard, and it looks like you own a car, which means you work and you have a job. So it looks like you are a Trump supporter. Hell yeah. If Trump wins, I pray hands democracy will go back to republic and a smaller government. Yeah, I mean, that's what I think Trump was trying to accomplish, was, keeping government out of citizens' ways. And as we could see this year with 2021, when we give the government a lot of power and we allow them to try to pass mandates like vaccine mandates and all that stuff, it makes everyone's lives just a lot harder, and also divides our country in a big way. There's some comments here I can't read on my feed because they bring up comments that I'm not allowed to mention. Brazil's River brought one up that I cannot mention on my channel. But if you guys want to scroll up and read his comments, you can do that. I can't control what's being written here. Trump will be reelected in 2024, and there's nothing the Democrats can do about it. High inflation alone will get Trump reelected. Yeah, that's the thing. I think if the Republicans can keep running on the economy, running on inflation, I think that's going to be something that every American can understand, because when they go to things like the gas pump, that's when it affects. You got to realize, like, inflation doesn't really affect the wealthy, right? Sure, it might affect more of their dollars because they have so much more money, but they can afford 20, 30, 40% inflation hits because they're so freaking rich. You have a guy with $1 billion, for example. Let's say the cost of his milk goes from $4 to $10. The billionaire can still afford it. He has no concerns about going hungry, roof over his head, nothing, not concerned at all. Does it suck for him? Sure. But the person it does affect is the person that's making $15 an hour, $20 an hour. You double the cost of goods, you double the cost of gas. That's who's going to feel it the most. The little guy, not the rich guy. Rich people are pretty much protected from inflation. Plus, they hide so much of their wealth. They're so diversified with their assets. They could take so many high risks, a lot of them which pay off, that they're immune to a lot of these things that happen to us, the little people. But I think, that's going to be really important for them to run on that. I kind of like the approach of Republicans right now are just like letting the Democrats play their cards, and the Democrats are failing miserably, and it's wonderful to see. And I'm going to pull up a wonderful post from one of my favorite content creators, who's also running for Congress, Darius Mayfield. You guys might know him. He's been on my channel before under the TNA Show podcast. He is an awesome guy. He's running in New Jersey. So let me pull up his channel real quick. This is Darius Mayfield. So you guys have not followed him, give him a follow on Instagram. Darius for America, political candidate running for New Jersey District 12. So if any of you 19 viewers are in New Jersey, then vote for him if you can and you're in this area. But he's got the facts right here. I'd love to see them fact check this. There were 385,000 COVID deaths in 2020 without a vaccine. And this year there's been 405,000 deaths in 2021. with vaccines. So the Biden-Harris administration, as he's saying, has been an epic failure with no end in sight. Hashtag red wave. That's right, Darius. God bless. So, I think that we should also be running on this platform as well. Highlighting the numbers, just using data, using statistics. That's how I think we're going to destroy the Democrats in the upcoming midterm elections in 2022. So we got the economy to run on. We got inflation. We got gas prices. We got the border crisis. We have the vaccine distribution, whatever you want to call this, failure. I don't know what to call it, but COVID deaths. We got a lot of great thing, not good. They're all terrible things. I wish none of them existed, but we have a lot of solid things that we can run on in 2024. So I'm really pumped about this. I think when I'm back in Florida next week, what I'll do is I will print up a poster board and I'll put all of his crises and failures on it. And I'll ask people, I'll have them give their opinion on it. I would love to dress up as the Joe Biden voter, go undercover again with that sign and be like, and just tell people that I'm a Biden voter and these are the things that I've noticed and get a reaction from them. I think that'll be really cool to do. It'll be a good social experiment. So maybe we'll do that when I'm back in the US. I do have my Biden outfit. I do have my Biden flag. So we can go out and we can do that. And it would be, I think, really fun, especially if I do it in Orlando with Tara. She'll be my camera person. So we can make a really good video for you guys. So I'll really put that as a priority next week. What's up, Douglas? Devon, hello again. Yeah, Mr. X, I'm suppressed and shadow banned on YouTube. A lot of times people that are subscribed to me don't get notifications. That's why I have 25 viewers right now and I don't have 100. But the thing is, I feel like the way for me to get around the shadow ban, I've done a lot of thinking about this. I need to go live every day for you guys. That's just the bottom line. If I can go live every day and you guys know that it's happening every day and it's almost like a scheduled event, I think that's what's going to help my channel grow. I think it's going to help Tara's channel grow, and it's going to help us overcome the shadow ban. So, and then hopefully I can do collabs with some bigger channels. My dream would be to be on Tim Cast or Joe Rogan one day. But I got to find like my niche more, hot chicks. I don't know if that's like Joe Rogan or Tim Cast worthy. But ultimately, that's kind of the way I see this going, especially next year in 2022, especially as Tara and I plan on road tripping across the U.S., interviewing Republican candidates all across the country as we get towards the midterms. I think that's going to maybe put us more on the map. So that's pretty exciting. Jerry Phillips is right. Legalize freedom. We should also legalize common sense as well as legalize free thought or free speech. Once again, I thought free speech was legalized, but apparently we've taken major steps back on that when it comes to big tech. Hey, from Arizona, what's up, Michael Beck? How you doing, man? We got Noah Bradley in the chat. Jerry Phillips says it best. We got to make America great again. But you got to add the extra A at the end of that so that it says MAGAA. We need to be MAGA, right? Make America great again. Favarian Vengeance. I watched some of this. He speaks in very general terms. The media should be embarrassed for broadcasting it in prime time. Yeah, that's exactly what, it's almost like you go to these people that read your palm, or people that read tarot cards or mind readers, and they just speak in such general terms that whatever they say applies to almost everybody. I could say, Favrian, I'm reading your mind through this chat, and hold on, let me touch my camera so I can absorb your essence through the screen. Oh, I see that you've had a trauma sometime in your life. Is this true? Have you had a trauma? Who's going to say no to that? Everyone's had trauma. Have you suffered a loss recently? Maybe an animal or a family member. That's so broad. And you just start throwing stuff out there, and then the person's going to be, oh yeah, that's right, I did. It's just that's what they do. It's just and that's what Hillary was doing on that chat. Yep, Mr. X is naming some of the things Trump did for the Black community. The First Step Act, which decriminalized nonviolent drug offenses, helped reduce jail sentences, and the beneficiaries, 91% of those were Black Americans. So Trump was essentially reversing some of the damage done from Joe Biden's 1994 crime bill, which we are all very well versed in. And then HBCU funding, yeah, we all know about that one. Historically black colleges and universities, they used to have to go to Obama and other presidents and ask for funding every year. Trump basically said, why are we doing this? Here's 10 years of funding, and I'm going to give you extra money. So Trump did a much longer funding and gave extra money. So Trump did a lot of great things for the Black community, which is why Trump always says, no one has done more for the Black community except me, with the possible exception of maybe Abraham Lincoln. I always think it's funny, though, whether or not that's true. Trump did do a lot, but he's very bombastic. And I'll be honest, he's a sales guy. When you're a salesperson, you know, yes, you should be honest. Yes, you should never lie. But a little bit of bombasticness is actually okay in sales, right? A lot of times people in sales, they'll sell ahead of what they can actually offer. You know, I remember back when I used to work with startups, a lot of companies would say, yes, we have this technology available. Meanwhile, it was literally still in development. And you would do this until a client actually bit and said, we want the technology. Once the client presents money, 100, 200, $1 million, then you have extra funding coming in. So you expedite that development and you finish it. And then you have the product by the time the campaign goes live. Very common to be bombastic when it comes to sales. And I feel like that's a technique that Trump uses. And you know what? I'm all about it, because you know what? He usually does put his money where his mouth is. As Trump says, promises made, promises kept. Let's see. Trump did make America. He did. I'll tell you this, guys. This is real talk right here. I never really was a patriot when it came to the U.S. I never felt patriotic at all my whole life. I just was like, yeah, I'm American, whatever. Really felt no special connection to it, right? Which is horrible. That's a horrible thing to just not feel patriotic, to not want to wear the American flag. It's a terrible thing, right? I remember March 2020, my cousin invited me to a Trump rally in Charlotte, North Carolina. Now, this was my first time going to a Trump rally. Now, I'm going to be honest with you guys. I was still being red-pilled back in March 2020. And I think, oh, is this an ad? Yeah, it's an ad. I was being red-pilled still. And I remember we were going to the rally, and I did not own any type of Trump hat, Trump shirts, nothing. I had nothing. So me and my cousin went to like a Walmart or Target to look for Trump gear, which they didn't have. So I ended up buying like a Pepsi t-shirt, a Budweiser hat, because at least I saw it had the American flag colors without saying Trump on it. So I thought it was going to be less triggering. I didn't realize that Trump rallies, they had all the vendors set up where you could just buy all the stuff there. But I get there in my Pepsi shirt, my Budweiser hat, and I was very uncomfortable to be seen on camera. I'm not going to lie. I almost did not want to be seen there because I was so afraid of what my social network would think about me if they saw me at a Trump rally. So I positioned it as I intended on going to both a Trump rally and a Joe Biden rally, so I could compare and contrast the two, because I was still kind of figure out which way I was leaning. In my heart, I knew I was going to vote for Trump, but I still wanted to keep an open mind to the Joe Biden administration. COVID obviously came after that. This was actually the last indoor rally that Trump had. And let me tell you something, guys. This experience changed my life, because when Trump came out on stage, I was not a Trump lover at the time. I was just an interested American citizen that wanted to learn more about politics. And Trump came out to, I believe, Proud to be an American, which I'm going to play for you guys right now. I'm going to have to just keep the music off because, no, you know what? Screw it. I'll get demonetized, whatever. Trump comes out to like a 3-minute standing ovation. And I looked around the crowd, fully sold out crowd. Tickets were free, but, you know, it was packed stadium. And people around me were on their feet for 2-3 minutes straight, cheering, clapping. And I saw some American citizens tearing when they saw Trump. It was so moving and powerful. And that's the first. And everybody, by the way, mind you, was wearing American flags, Trump hats, Patriot gear. Every single person in the audience had something to do with the U.S. And it was the first time where in my life I experienced true American patriotism. And when he came out and he controlled that crowd and he spoke and he presented, I was like, this man is special and this experience is special. So I'm going to play a little bit of that for you guys from the event. Let's see where I can go. Yeah, let's go back. I'm going to play some of the audio, guys. So bear with me. Let's hop into this. God, I look so young. Let's keep America great. I got my Budweiser hat. I got my Pepsi shirt. I got Raindrop in the backpack. I got my American flags. What's up? And we are here to support America. We're here to support democracy. We're here to support the Republic of the United States of America. And it does feel damn good to be back in the U.S., land of the free, land of free speech, all that stuff. So my, how much things have changed when I said the free speech thing. But remember, guys, I had just come back from Thailand in this video. I literally left Thailand because of the pandemic. And so I was in the US for about a month at this point, and it did feel good to be back. I was very excited about being at this rally. The only negative part was my other dog. His name was Flex. He passed away about a month before this video. Actually, I'm sorry, a week before. So I was dealing with the loss of my dog, who, as you can imagine, he traveled everywhere with me before Cloud existed. So I was definitely emotionally drained when I was at this event, but it did give me a shot of life being here, and I think that it was really awesome. Look, maybe all of this happened for a reason, right? Maybe when I lost my dog, I was vulnerable and I needed something. Who knows? I'm trying to psychoanalyze myself now, but whatever it was, this day was so powerful for me. So let's keep going. This is exciting. Right now we're by, I guess, the stands where they have a lot of Trump stuff. So let's go check some of it out. Trump, make liberals try again. Hell yeah. Get on board or get run over. Border wall construction. The wall just got 10 feet taller. Amazing. It is a little weird to see Pets' name out there now. I'm not gonna lie. Check out this dog. Look at this K9 Trump supporter. I mean, bro, even the freaking dogs were decked out in Trump gear at these events. It was incredible. How you doing? What a beautiful boy. So adorable. Nice beard, man. I mean, look at these patriots. You were gonna try to get Trump in there?
Yeah, we were gonna. I was gonna do it, but I need a.
We get the picture.
All right, put that in there.
Encourage others around you.
Very nice. Black voice for Trump.
Thank you for helping.
Look at this. We got because you're underage, right? We got Chicas Guapas coming into this video right here. Chicas Guapas. Oh, very nice. Another local. We got Latinas for Trump here. Based in Miami?
Yes, we're actually upholding the Judeo-Christian values that our nation was founded on.
Beautiful.
We're based out of Miami.
And this was the 3-minute Trump introduction. I mean, look at this, guys. Look at this. Three minutes straight of this. 3 minutes straight of this. Like, I'm sorry. Like, does anyone think that Joe Biden will ever get this type of reaction? Ever. I mean, look at how beautiful this is. Come on, guys. Everybody on their feet. And you know what's crazy is, guys, I remember I was at that rally, and because I had been inundated with mainstream liberal media for so long, talking about how hateful Trump supporters are, how mean they are, how many white supremacists there are. And I'm like looking around, kind of like I'm actively looking for negative energy. I'm looking for negative people. I'm looking for things to go wrong. And I saw nothing, not a single thing that day was said, was done, was implied, nothing. It was just brotherly love. People were hugging each other. People were just happy. No alcohol was involved, by the way, but there was this buzz where you become like high on life. Since this moment, I went to like 7 or 8 more actual Trump rallies following this event. And of course, I've gone to numerous flag waves with guys like Paint the Trump. But I'm telling you, if you have not been to a Trump rally in your lifetime or a flag waving event, there's going to be more, guarantee it. You got to make sure you go. Hop in your car, take a road trip to the one, and get your ass to the next Trump rally. Usually they're free. So that's the good news. He usually has like a reservation website, but you don't even need to do that. That's just, I guess, for them to have an estimate of who's coming. But you could literally just show up and It is so friggin' cool. But I'll just say from my experience, do not come hungry because it's usually super long lines to get food. And make sure you bring your own beverages like water and stuff because, again, the long line sometimes. And if they're hot rallies, it can get pretty brutal out there. I've seen a lot of people, especially senior citizens, being wheelchaired out of events because they were getting heat stroke or they were overheated. So definitely keep that in mind if you guys do go to a Trump rally. But that one in Charlotte back on March 3rd, 2020, changed my life. And you guys could find that if you guys search on YouTube, Adam Francisco Trump Rally Charlotte, and it'll pop up one of the first videos to show up. So you guys want to watch the full video, you guys are more than welcome to. That video only has 582 views. So that's before I was a big Trump supporter and before you guys were part of my channel. But that was the first time where I hit like 200-300 views on a video. And I was like, wow, this is so cool, 300 views. But now I'm shadow banned. So, the numbers have definitely readjusted down again. All right, back to the comments. I do not believe they have the people's vote. However, they do the corporations, tech, and unions, which have their own agendas aside of the wants and needs of the people. We the people. Yep, 100%. They have everything on their side. Must be nice. Like I always imagine, like what if Republicans had mainstream media, education, big tech on their side? Just imagine how much fairer things would be. But instead, we got David and Goliath, and we are David. So we are the underdog. And anyone who says otherwise is unaware of how the world works, in my opinion. The Platinum Plan. Yep. I don't think that Joe Biden and Kamala Harris have still met with the BLM team yet. Say what you want about BLM, but you would think that they would meet with the group that helped them get elected in the first place. It's very shocking to me. Whereas Trump was meeting with so many members of the Black community to try to push through the Platinum Plan, which I believe was like a multi-billion-dollar plan to help the Black community with business, education, infrastructure, all those things. Really unfortunate. Imagine how much better our country could be right now if we had Trump. It's tough to think about. Electoral college decides the election. Exactly. Renzo thinks electoral college is a scam, and that's because he does not know anything about the way the world works or why we even have the electoral college in the first place and why the popular vote in the case of the U.S. doesn't really work correctly. So I think, Renzo, you should definitely research why we have electoral college in the first place and why our founders were smart enough to implement that to make it more balanced in our country and to give smaller states a chance at representation in the overall direction of our country. I know that you want New York and LA to decide every election because honestly, if you look at the research and the data from 2020 election, LA and New York's margins were so big that it almost covered the entire national margin, those two cities alone. I believe he won New York by about 4 million, and I believe Joe Biden won California by about 2 million, plus or minus. So that's 6 million right there. And remember, according to the final number, 81 million votes for Joe Biden, 75 million votes, I think, for Trump, 74 around there. So about a 7-8 million margin vote victory, the popular vote. So LA and New York alone, just those two, California and New York State, just those two states alone, 75 to 80% of the overall popular vote. So, and that's the issue. We don't want New York and LA to represent the whole country because there's a whole middle of America that is not New York and LA. And middle of America has a lot more people than those two cities. Even though those two cities are the most densely populated, middle America is much larger in just numbers and size. So that's the reality. Let's see. The journalist is doing a plug for Hillary. Yeah, of course they do. Remember, they stacked the deck media for Hillary back in 2016. MAGA is a losing team. Yeah, we lost to 2020 without a question. We lost. There's the smile, guys. But no, we're not a losing team. We won in 2016. So we won in 2016. We had a glorious 4 years. And I really do believe 2024, he'll win again. And he'll be the second, I think, president to serve non-consecutive terms. So we're not a losing team. We just currently lost this election, but we still have 2024. And after that, we have DeSantis. And I bet DeSantis will continue the Make America Great Again. He'll use that message as well. So we do have a lot more legs with the MAGA movement. And that definitely gets me excited. Even Trumpers admit. No, Trumpers don't admit it was a Muslim ban. That's what it's called, but it was never a Muslim ban. Once again, we spoke about that earlier. Once again, he did not target Muslim countries for no reason. He saw some of their security and screening processes of their citizens that were trying to enter our country weren't up to the level that we needed. So that's what it was. And then when those countries implemented the right measures, then he took them off of that ban. So that's exactly what happened. It had nothing to do with the religion of Muslim. It had nothing to do with it. It just had to do with proper screening of their citizens from those countries that happened to be Muslim. Yeah, I love DeSantis. I mean, let's see what happens with if Trump announces. I think DeSantis will be out. I don't even know if he'll run for VP, to be honest. I think that DeSantis might be better off in Florida if Trump runs, and save him for 2028 to carry the torch. I think that would be amazing. Note white Republicans on welfare than anyone in the country. I don't know what that means. Note no white Republicans on welfare then, and you use the word you use the wrong then here. It'd be THAN because you're doing a comparison. But if you want to rewrite that comment where it makes sense, then I'll respond to that. But because I really don't know what this means. But I will say that there are more poor white Americans in America than poor Black Americans, and more poor Latino Americans. So that's just a fact. That's again because white Americans are about 70% of our country. So there are more poor white Americans than any other group, based on just sheer number and sheer volume. So ignore what everyone says. During my time at Red Cross in Haiti, the Clinton Foundation claims they spent $5 billion in donations. We can only find $800 million was spent. I rate her like Bill Gates. Yeah, I heard that, and I'm going to pull up some Red Cross Haiti Hillary. I heard that they had raised $500 million, like some insane amount of money, and then built like 5 homes, which is kind of crazy. Hold on, I want to share screen so we can pull in some fact checkers. Red Cross Hillary, here we go. Whoops. Where's that screen? Oh, I need my Tara to help me out with this. Okay. How the Red Cross raised $500 million for Haiti and built 6 homes. Yeah, there you go. Even as the group has publicly celebrated its work, insider accounts detail a string of failures. You know, this is why I think like blockchain technology can really be useful, especially when it comes to things like donations, right? Because if someone donates, it could get recorded on the blockchain where every single dollar goes. So I do think that ultimately we're going to have to see more donations, more charities using the blockchain for this exact reason, you know, because what happens is when all these middlemen take their cut, by the time it gets to the actual cause, it's a small little percentage, which I don't think is good for anybody. And there's really no excuse here for them to have raised $500 million and built 6 homes. And it even says here, the Red Cross won't say. I don't know why they're not talking about it. It's really sad what they've done. And I don't know if we'll ever get an answer because it's kind of been memory hold. So that's unfortunate. All right. No, I vote for policies. The tactics they use is division by parties instead of voting for policies. Remove the labels and names and eliminate the root policies that have had positive results. Yeah, that's exactly it. I mean, Joe Biden during the campaign trail said that he had a solution for COVID. We see how that's going. He also, kid you not, I shared this on my Twitter. He said that he will cure cancer during his presidency. I'm not kidding. And I'll pull the video up right now. I mean, I would love for Joe Biden to cure cancer. I would love that. I pray that he will do that for this country. But here we go. Joe Biden says we're going to cure cancer if he's elected president. I mean, isn't that the thing that like, that's like the promise that a lot of presidents have made in the past when none of them really know that they can actually do that? I mean, that's just crazy to make that statement. How about I'm going to make curing cancer a priority of my administration? Doesn't that sound like more truthful? Like we're going to try to cure cancer, not we're going to cure cancer. That's like me saying I'm going to go to the mall today. there's a very high likelihood that if I say I'm going to go to the mall, I'm probably going to go to the mall, or that I can go to the mall. If I say I'm going to take the dogs out for a walk, it's very easy to accomplish. And if I don't do it, it's my fault. It's a very low barrier of entry to walk the dog. But to say that we're going to cure cancer as a campaign promise, come on. This is dumb. But again, if he can, if Joe Biden if he's the president that cures cancer, he's going to get all the damn credit in the world for me. He will get all the credit in the world, 1,000%. Because that would be such a life. I lost my mom to cancer. So if Joe Biden were to cure cancer, I'm going to be honest. If his administration can cure cancer, in my opinion, and you guys might not agree with me, but that would literally neutralize almost everything else he's done bad in his presidency. It almost would. Because think about, for those of us in the chat who have either had cancer, watched a family member have cancer, pass, or survive cancer, cancer is horrible. It's horrible. The chemotherapy is horrible. The pain is horrible. The slow death is horrible. So if he can cure cancer, which again, Joe Biden, you said you're going to do it, fucking do it. He's going to have a supporter in me. I mean, I'm not going to lie. I'll have to be like, yo, I will walk around with the Joe Biden flag non-sarcastically if he cures cancer. That's just the reality of the situation, guys. That'd be incredible. All right, let's go back to some comments. One negative thing with Trump is, yes, he gets a lot of people to vote for him, but he also brings out some people that vote against him. Yep, someone said that in my comments once. They said that Trump is really good at bringing out Republican voters, but he's even better at bringing out Democrat voters. And that's true. And the reason why that is because of the propaganda. When basically, let's put it this way. If 1 is a perfect human and a 10 is a terrible human, actually, let's do it in reverse because it makes more sense. If a 10 is a perfect human and a 1 is a terrible human, the mainstream media painted Trump as a 1. Even though in reality, he's probably, I think he's probably an 8, 7, 8. I'd put him around that range. But he's probably closer to like a 5 in reality. Like if you look at unbiased view, maybe he's closer to a 5. But when the mainstream media and propaganda paints him as a 1 to everybody and they believe it, then yeah, of course you're going to vote against him, right? Because you're like, I'm voting against a monster. You're like, duh. And that's what happens. These people who don't look beyond the cover of mainstream media think Trump's a 1, so of course they're going to vote against him. So that's why we need to do things like this, more live streams, more culture, as Tim Pool talks about. We need to have more content out there so that we could just fight back as best as we can, even if it's grassroots and small. There's more of us than them. So if we just can create content like this and share the facts and put a spotlight on all the good things Trump has done, we could start to shift the narrative. And luckily, that's what's happening right now in America without us even doing that. Even liberals are waking up right now to the mandates. They're just like, I've had my 1 or 2 procedures. I did my part. I've done my 3rd procedure. I'm doing my 4th. And they're like, enough's enough. I know a lot of people that are like, enough's enough. So, yeah, we'll see. Trump will win 100 million. He will win in 2024. To be clear, we're talking about 2024. He will win 2024, guys. I just want to be clear for YouTube. Trump lost 2020. He lost YouTube. Let's be clear. Trump lost the 2020 election. But Trump will win, in my opinion, the 2024 election. 2 different things. I respect every principle, but you just plain lie about stuff and avoid the combo when you get called in it. He called for a ban on Muslims entering the country. Once again, that's fake news. And we're now going to move on from the Muslim ban. You know what? Forget that. I'm going to pull out some more facts for you. Let's just put this to bed. Let's just put this to bed. Here we go. Let's see what we got. Okay, this is a very long piece. Yep, the countries included Iran and Syria State sponsors of terrorism, Libya, Yemen, Chad, and Somalia, which have extensive terrorist activities inside their borders, and 2 non-Muslim countries, North Korea and Venezuela. Francisco. This wasn't me, guys. Then who the hell is this Francisco? Who the hell is this Francisco? Oh, well, Francisco. Okay, the Solicitor General. I was like, who's this? Yeah, Francisco put a very strong case on behalf of the government. He relied heavily on a straightforward provision of federal immigration law, whereby Congress gave the president the power to suspend the entry of all aliens or any class of aliens if he finds that their entry would be detrimental to the interests of the United States. As Francisco argued, the proclamation reflects a foreign policy and national security judgment that falls well within the president's power under this federal law. As Francisco made clear, this proclamation cannot possibly be categorized as a Muslim ban. If it was supposed to be a Muslim ban, it would be the most ineffective Muslim ban that one could possibly imagine, since not only does it exclude the vast majority of the Muslim world, it also omits 3 Muslim-majority countries that were covered by past orders, including Iraq, Chad, and Sudan. The proclamation also exerts diplomatic pressure on those countries that fall below the baseline established by the Department of Homeland Security to provide the needed information and to protect the country until they do. Chad improved its behavior, which is why it has since been taken off the list. Trump's proclamation has a provision that allows the government to waive the entry restriction if an alien has family in the U.S., significant contacts through business or professional obligations, including as a student or an employee, needs urgent medical care, or has other special circumstances justifying his entry. So there you go. There was provisions in there for people to overcome. Over 400 aliens had received waivers. Breyer also questioned how aliens could possibly know about the waiver process. Francisco noted that the waiver process provisions are on the State Department's website and that consular offices at U.S. embassies automatically apply the waiver provisions. It was an odd question from Breyer. So there you go, guys. I mean, it's here clear as day. This was never a Muslim ban. This was a protection of the U.S. That's all it was. And there were provisions in there that would allow people to come in if they fulfilled certain obligations, such as everything mentioned above. So, Renzo, you got to move on from this story. It was never a Muslim ban. That is a complete lie. That is a dumbing down of the situation. Here are the facts. Check it out for yourself. What's up, 5-0? How you doing? Dems are letting illegals in, giving free handouts, and want no voter ID. Who do you think they will vote for? Exactly. And I think the voter ID thing is so stupid. It's like what the Democrats always do. They just throw the racist label on it. And that's enough for the voter base to be like, I agree, it is racist. It's not racist. I've actually spoke to a lot of people. I've done street interviews where I asked Black Americans, Brown Americans, do you have an ID? Every single person has one. You know, I mean, think about this. If you need an ID to buy alcohol, you should have an ID to vote. I mean, it's the most common sense thing. It's the bare minimum. And then a lot of states with voter ID right now, like they even have this thing where you can attest that you are who you say you are. If let's say you show up to the poll, you forget your ID, then you could fill out a document saying, but I am who I say I am, and then it still counts. Like that should not happen. If you show up to the poll without your ID, you should not be allowed to vote until you go home, grab your ID, and come back, and then you can vote. That's my opinion. I don't think it's racist. I think it's common sense. And now Democrats in California are pushing to allow non-citizens to vote. I could see both sides of that. One side says that if you allow non-citizens to vote, it makes them more invested in the outcome of their own communities. It's a fair point. But I don't think that should be allowed. For example, if I go to Thailand, I shouldn't be allowed to vote in their elections. I'm not Thai. It's not my country. I'm American. Now, if I'm a dual citizen, that's a different story. Then you're a citizen. But if I'm a visitor to a country or have a temporary visa, I shouldn't be allowed to vote. Why should I be able to vote in Thailand? I'm not Thai. And I don't mean Thai as an ethnicity. I mean, I'm not Thai by nationality. So it's like, yo, that's just, that's crazy. The Democrats do want to dismantle the Constitution. So from my understanding, like there's different ways to interpret the Constitution. There's like people could be textual. They could also be like originalists of the Constitution. And there's all these different ways to interpret. Some people say that you should interpret it verbatim, meaning literally word for word. So, for example, shall not be infringed with the Second Amendment. You should interpret that to mean like there should be no restrictions at all on gun ownership. That would be like a literal interpretation of it. But then there's people that are like, let's look at the context of when it was written. Let's look at what the mindset was of the founding fathers, in which case you would say shall not be infringed, but it was referring to, muskets. It wasn't referring to automatic weapons. So, there's a lot of different schools of thought of how to look at the Constitution. My opinion, I think the best way to do it is just take it literally at its face value. I think that's just the simplest way. Trying to understand the mindset of our founding fathers, we really, it's kind of difficult. Like, unfortunately, they're not here to ask. I mean, think about the direction of our country if we could somehow go back in time just for a brief moment and sit in that room with those guys, or just ask them, poke in real quick. I'd be like, yo, bro, when you're writing this, is this literal or is it just in the context of your time? And they'll just answer and they'll be like, no, we mean this forever. Or they might say, this is based on what we see. And then we know the answer. But unfortunately, we can't do that. Come back down on to Florida. Yeah, I'll be there next week, guys. I'm sticking around Mexico until the Spider-Man movie comes out in a few days out here. It's coming out here before it comes out in the US. So I need to be here so I can see Spider-Man. I haven't even tried this on yet. Let's see if it works. Yeah, good. I can see through it. Very nice. Oh, yeah. Let me see. Are my eyes all lined up? Not really. My nose, my eye. Yeah, I got to put this more this way, I think. It's always tough to put this mask on. Not going to lie, guys. But anyway, I got the costume ready to go. And, God, I can't do this like mirror image. It's weird. Anyway, we'll do this later when I have a mirror. Even though this is close enough. But anyway, I'll be here for the Spider movie, and then I'll be back in the U.S. with another Spider-Man costume to watch it in Florida. I'm so freaking pumped. Oh, my goodness. Policies, not feelings. That's right. That is definitely the Republican platform. Where's the chicas? Let's see. You guys want some chicas? Let's see. Do I have any chicas to show you guys right now? No. But I do have some videos I'm working on, guys. So you'll see some chicas guapas very soon. Don't worry. They'll be back soon. The Constitution isn't intact as long as the Patriot Act is around. The Patriot Act came from the events of 9/11. I remember that due to one of the most insane things that happened on our territory, on our soil, which was one of the most heartbreaking things ever. If you're a Democrat right now, how can you possibly be a Democrat? High gas prices, high inflation, high food prices is crazy. I don't know. If there's a Democrat here, a Democrat voter in the chat that wants to kind of give their opinion on that, we would love to hear that. I'd love to hear them justify Joe Biden's performance. I don't even know how he has like a 22% approval rating right now. Like, what person is what person is really like, yeah, he's doing a great job? How? Like, for what? For what? I don't know. I go to CNN every day. I read CNN. That's the first source I go to. And I just don't know. Yeah, I do. I mean, like, I depend on YouTube to send out notifications, but apparently they're not doing it for my channel. But I think going around this time would be good. 7 o'clock every day. Me and Tara are going to figure that out when we get back into when I get back to Florida. We're going to figure out more of a schedule. I might end up moving to Orlando just so I could be closer to her, so we could do this more often. We'll see. Because right now, as you guys know, I'm kind of in the Daytona Beach area when I'm in Florida. But I just love being by the beach. So it creates a conflict for me. Orlando's not too far from the beach. Plus, it's close to Tampa, Clearwater, so I can go in either direction. But I don't know. I just love being on the east side, but I love the west side too. It's too much. Pure blood. Hell yeah, me too. Pound it through the screen. You do a great info. You do a great job getting info out to the masses. Keep the great work. Thank you, Douglas. I'm doing the best I can, even with the shadow bans. But really, right now, I'm depending on Rumble, TikTok, and YouTube as my major platforms to, get my information out there. I announced this live on my TikTok. Let's see how many views it got. Not that many views. Unless I put political stuff on my TikTok, it doesn't do too well. But I did announce this on my my TikTok. There's no free speech in America. If you are to the left of Ayn Rand, you will be outed. I don't know what you're talking about. You look on Twitter, the radical left has a lot of free speech. Trump did nothing structure at all. Yeah, I mean, I don't think he did as much as he wanted to. I mean, it's tough. It's tough in this government when everything is so partisan, right? Democrat proposes something, most Republicans are going to say no outright. Republican says something, most Democrats are going to say no outright. So it's tough. And I think that there was a point in his presidency where he had the House and the Senate at some point. That was his first 2 years or something, when I don't think he knew what he was doing yet. So it's unfortunate. I think come 2024, Trump will have all of it. I think he'll have the House and the Senate, and he'll have the presidency. And he'll actually be able to fulfill things on his agenda. Promises made, promises kept. And he'll finish the job that he started. So we'll see what happens. I'll judge Trump fully. Well, I've already judged Trump fully, but I think that average Americans should judge Trump fully after 8 years, after he has the time to finish his goal. That's when we really know what Trump's made of. But we got a really good preview, and I was very happy with him the first 4 years. Let's see. It's so funny. The left says I sound cultish. The right says I sound patriotic. It is what it is. I honestly think that the left is the cult, not us. And because we don't have establishments telling us what to believe. What do we have besides Fox News? I'm not even going to count OAN or Newsmax because they're alternative media. But what does the left have? CNN, NBC, ABC, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, TikTok, GoFundMe, Instagram, Pinterest, everything. The left has everything. And we have Fox News. And the left believes so many insane conspiracy theories like the Russia collusion hoax. That was an insane conspiracy theory. And they believed it for 4 years. So when you want to talk about who's the real cult, maybe we're both cults. Fine. But the left is way, way more cultist and more indoctrinated than we are on the right. That's just the bottom line. I always say people are born in America with their default setting, Democrat, liberal, unless their parents were conservatives. But if you just live your life based on education system, based on mainstream media, based on where you work, you're going to end up being a liberal or a Democrat. Not for the policies, but just from the pressure of it. And that's what you're surrounded by. So I'm going to say that the left is the bigger cult. Yeah, that was definitely part of it. And plus, you got to realize these presidents have way more information about what's going on. So they probably hear if there's sleeper cells or things bubbling at the surface that they need to be aware of. That's why they implement these things, Dissent is the highest form of patriotism. I actually agree with that, Renzo, 100%. I think that public discourse is very patriotic. Speaking out peacefully is very patriotic. I do agree. I think disagreeing on a public platform and letting people share their thoughts is patriotism. I 100% agree. But I don't think complying all the time is necessarily a good thing, especially when what you're complying is tyrannical measures, right? I think if you're complying with law and order and laws that make sense and laws that allow us self-autonomy, then that's great. I think that laws that protect people from each other, you should follow, of course. But at some point, if you think that some of the policies and press releases that they're coming out with are against the best interests, dissent is, as you're saying, is probably a good thing. I mean, that's what America is pretty much based off of. Noah Bradley, I remember that. At the same time, I remember people emotionally angered, and I brought nothing with me, no expectation of preconceived ideas, and have to assume those angry people brought theirs. I could never imagine idolizing a politician. That's the thing, though. Trump wasn't a politician. He was idolized before he was a president. He was idolized for a businessman, for being a celebrity, for his sense of humor, for his TV show, The Apprentice. I mean, Trump was idolized by a lot of people before he was ever a president. So, yeah, we don't idolize a politician. We idolize a man, a human being who is awesome. Some of these things some of these comments I'm not going to read out loud on my channel. There's a comment from Sam O, which it's his opinion and is what it is. Paul Reed, how did it get that way? LOL, what, Tucker? Yes, Tucker has the biggest show in America right now, which speaks to the direction of this country. The pendulum is swinging back. People are being red pilled. People are seeing Tucker Carlson as a source of common sense and truth. And so, yes, of course, he's the biggest show because the CNN side, the liberal talking heads, they played themselves. They have lied so much. I mean, you guys go to YouTube, look up Liberal Hive Mind. He did a video about Don Lemon, whatever his name is, about how gas prices are lowest they've been in October, how it's down like 3 cents per gallon. And Don Lemon actually sings. He goes, oh, he actually sings like there's an angel. It's so funny that Don Lemon is making angelic noises because our gas is down 3 cents. It's hysterical. But that's what these people are seeing. And eventually, you lie so much to them, they're going to snap out of it. And that's why Tucker Carlson has the biggest show in America right now. But you have to understand something. That's Fox News. It's the one station we have. Every other station, mainstream, is liberal. Renzo needs to research and study, take civics or something. Yeah, I think so. How can you justify giving the presidency to someone who got less votes? That's a dumb system. We spoke about that earlier. The reason why we have an electoral college, again, LA, California, and New York would determine the election every year. It would always just come down to those two cities and states. So that's kind of why. Renzo, I can't read your comment. The next one on YouTube, I can't read it. I'm like literally, if I read that comment on YouTube, they will probably take down my channel or give me a strike. So unfortunately, I cannot read that comment nor react to it. But I'll just say this. If you guys want to know my actual thoughts on it, you can go to Rumble. And there I can say whatever the hell I want. So on Rumble, you'll know what I really feel. Here, got to keep it clean. Let's see. Yeah, Dave Daly, I can't read that comment either on YouTube. So, we're going to have to just ignore it. It sucks. I mean, it really sucks how much self-censorship we need to do on these channels. It's really unfair. Brian Jackson. Sawadi, Brian Jackson. I have a plan to celebrate Trump's victory in Hua Hin. You can join me. That's right. So, guys, for those of you who don't know, I lived in Thailand for a year and a half prior to the pandemic, and I lived in a beach town named Hua Hin in Thailand, which is probably my favorite city on this planet that I've been to. I absolutely love Hua Hin. That country has my heart.
Where are you from?
I'm from Thailand.
What part of Thailand are you from?
Bangkok.
Oh, the big city girl.
Yeah, big city
Oh,
girl.
shit.
I'm a city girl.
Just like New York. Just like New York.
Be free, Mashi.
Off.
I'm not ready now.
That's the whole point. I wanted to get you off guard. Yo, what's your name?
My name is Ploy.
And you're a blogger?
Not at all. Not true.
So you're an Instagram model.
Yeah.
That's cool. How many followers do you have?
Just 6,000.
It's pretty good. Can you what's your Instagram name?
Chocoploy, CHOCOPLOY.
Okay, cool. Don't worry, I'm gonna put it right here.
Okay.
So the followers can follow you and stalk you. So just answer this for my followers. Are you single?
Yeah. Of course.
Can the sexy boys DM you?
Yeah, sure. Why not?
All right, so the sexy boys can DM my friend Ploy.
That's good.
I'm an ugly boy, so I will not DM her.
No, you're pretty good.
Oh,
You're so
hey,
handsome.
I think I just got
Yeah,
permission
for
to
real,
slide
for
into the DMs. Ooh la la, sexy. Just having a good time here, guys, in Hua Hin. Meeting.
So that's this was me in Hua Hin, Thailand, way back in the day, a year and a half ago, and I obviously miss it. It was such a great place to live. And this is by the Hilton. There's a famous hotel there, the Hilton. It's like the biggest hotel on the beach in Thailand. There it is. There's the Hilton. There it is. That's the Hilton. Yeah, that's the one. So it's like a landmark in Hua Hin.
Hey guys, I'm at Kun Kanlaya Massage, Kun Kanlaya, and I'm with one of the most beautiful massage therapists here in Hua Hin. What's your name?
My name is Ping.
Ping, you're so beautiful. All right, guys, so it's 2019, almost 2020, and I don't know who reads newspapers.
Okay, more chicas guapas for you guys right here. Same girl.
Sheeple. There you go. Say it together now.
Be free, my sheeple.
Yeah. Be free. My
So
sheeple.
stupid. So that was me in Hua Hin, Thailand. Brian Jackson, I miss it so much, bro. I can come back to Thailand, I found out, but I would need to be quarantined for 10 days in a government facility. And unfortunately, I have 2 dogs. So I basically would have to be stuck in a hotel room with my 2 dogs for 10 days, which I don't think is healthy for animals. I think dogs need to be outside, and I would not be allowed to take them out for a walk. So, but fortunately, I don't see Thailand until maybe 2023, maybe 2024. Really, I want to focus on this YouTube stuff, as well as another project I'm working on in 2022, because we got the midterms coming up. Maybe 2023, like before the election season, I could do 6 months in Thailand. I mean, right now in my head, that's tentatively the goal. Go really hard for the midterms and then take a break in Thailand for 6 months, which is heaven on earth, as you guys know. So I'll try to get out there at some point. Let's see. I skipped some comments. Hold on. I missed a lot. Okay, where are we? Okay, so here we are. Guys, I'm sorry. I'm at 741 right now on the comments, and it's 810. So you're going to have to give me a minute to catch up. Trump's policies blew up the debt. Look at the tax cut. Republicans need to face the facts. You know, Trump definitely increased the debt, but have you seen what Biden's done to the debt? My guy. Come on. Biden just said, F it. He just said, screw it. We're not even going to look at any of that stuff. So, yeah. You know, under Trump, the average family had $2,000 extra in their account from the tax cut. So that's the middle class tax cut for you. There you go. I'm way to the left of CNN. That's corporate garbage like Fox News. You people view politics as team sports. No party cares about you. Yeah, that's why I like Trump, because I don't think he's a true Republican. I think he runs on the platform because it was wide open for him. But I don't think Trump's a true Republican. I think Trump's just a man of the people. And that's why there were rumors that Trump would start a third party called like the Patriot Party. Remember that? But then they realized if they split up the base, then they would never win because Democrats would just clean up. So they can't do that. Trump's got to stay the Republican side, and that's fine. That's why I vote Republicans, because I support Trump. My 87-year-old grandma got out of the house to vote against Trump. Yeah, that goes to show you the power of mainstream media. I mean, look, if I watched CNN, I would have voted against Trump too. If I was a CNN faithful viewer, I would have voted against Trump for sure. We got a little bit of a restream going on here, just like Salty Cracker. Mainstream media includes Fox News too, Adam. I said that. I actually agreed with you. I said that mainstream media, we only have Fox News. The left has everything else. I agree. That we agree on. I know I am behind. I'm 15 minutes behind. But as you guys can see, I try to give you all the courtesy of acknowledging every single comment that I can legally read on YouTube. There are some comments here that I just cannot read because they are against topics I'm allowed to talk about. So looking to confront Adam about some contradiction in his politics, and who are you? Yeah, I pretty much addressed everything you brought up so far, and I'm pretty confident in what I've said. So I don't think that I've contradicted myself at all. I think I've just actually defended why your beliefs about it are wrong, and mine may also be wrong too. But from my information that I've seen and gathered, there's no contradictions at all. I'll tell you this, Noah. I do think that they're trying to get Hillary back for 2024. I think that they want to bring back Hillary and Trump. I think that's what we're leaning towards. I think that's why we're seeing Hillary in the news more. You know, it's interesting, right? Like I'm going to use the Spider-Man movie as an example. So once again, guys, spoiler alert. If you guys do not want to hear about Spider-Man No Way Home, I'm going to give you 5 seconds, 10 seconds to exit my channel right now or put me on mute. As long as the spoiler alert's coming on, let's start the stopwatch. You have 10 seconds where we're going to hit the spoilers about the Spider-Man No Way Home movie. And then we're going to talk about this real quick. All right, spoiler alert is in effect, guys. So, you know, we all know this, that Tobey Maguire, Andrew Garfield, the previous iterations of Spider-Man are going to be in the No Way Home movie. Like that's the rumor, that's the theory. Now, Tobey and Andrew Garfield are denying because they want to keep it a surprise. I get it, I respect it. But why has Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire been in the news so much, been in so much press, but they have no movies coming out? It's because they're in the movie. It's the bottom line. And so that's exactly what's happening with Hillary. The reason why she's getting so much press right now is because the Democrats are looking at Biden, they're looking at Kamala, and they're literally having an, oh shit, we're screwed moment. They know. They know. They're having a panic attack about it. So what are they going to do? They got to pull in Hillary. She is the only weapon that the left has that they think could take down Trump. Can you imagine that? A repeat of Trump-Hillary 2024? I mean, that is just a made-for-TV, heavy-hitting boxing pay-per-view event. Oh, my goodness. That is going to be incredible. I mean, you guys remember those one-liners when they went at it the first time when Trump said you should be in jail? Bro. So anyway, that's the spoiler alert about Spider-Man No Way Home off the screen. So, yeah, I think that they're lining up Hillary to come back. The left is not the minority. Based on popular vote, the left is the majority. We already know this. It's been established. And independents typically tend to skew left. That's just the data. The independent party, which is probably the best metric, tends to skew left. But they have been moving more right as Joe Biden's administration goes on. But that's a feedback to his performance. So you have to understand that. When Joe Biden started his presidency, he had the backing of everybody. So his approval rating was very high. And then it tanked because of his performance. Whereas Trump, he was hated from the beginning. His approval rating was always low because of the mainstream media. And he only started to improve over time as time went on because people realized he's not that bad. Or people like me said, Trump's freaking awesome. So that's what happened. Yeah, that's Ryan, you are 100% correct. Hillary is definitely running in 2024. I feel it. It's exactly why they're putting her out there so much. Trump, Hillary, Trump, Clinton, get ready. It's going to be a freaking amazing show. I hope I'm alive to see it. That's all I'm going to say. We got Reina Del Sur here. Shout out to Reina Del Sur, please. How you doing, Reina Del Sur? I will be back in Orlando in a week. So hopefully I will see you. But again, it's up to you. Your body, your choice, right? So you message me if you're free. I'll respond if I'm free. We'll make a plan as people usually do. I think that's how it works. We'll find a place to meet. Maybe we'll have a bottle of wine. Maybe we'll have a mojito and just see where the day takes us. You know, I think that sounds like a very nice day. It would be a nice reunion of sorts. So Reina Del Sur, hopefully see you soon. The right had rushed them on radio for 30 years. You guys have had the media for a while. Yeah, I think radio, or at least traditional radio, is probably more conservative. That I'll agree with. I think traditional radio might have been more conservative, but I'd have to do research on that. That I don't know. All the rappers back. Exactly. Trump was never racist until he was president, until it was convenient for him to be called racist. That's the bottom line. Trump is not a racist at all. Trump is actually probably the least racist person if he were in this chat room right now. All right. Trump is a businessman. That's what this country needs back. He ran it like a business. Exactly. Steve, we've been live for about an hour and 14 minutes already. Probably going to wrap it up soon, but just try to go through all these comments real quick. As long as the comments come in, I am going to keep going. T-Bone. Wow. Who's the chica guapa in the picture? Wow. T-Bone, is that, if you are a lady, you got to send me, you got to put your Instagram name somewhere in here. Or DM me on Instagram. I got to see more pics. Look at that stunning thumbnail. Of course, the lady on the right, to be clear, the one in the red bikini, ooh la la, let's just put it that way. They will, I can't read that. I can't believe I put the super chat up on the screen like that when I was even reading the contest. DeSantis 2024, that's the focus of the thing. DeSantis 2024 is the purpose of that chat, guys. Hillary is trying to save her butt. Yep. I don't even want to talk about that too much. Again, I gotta, keep this clean for YouTube. Keep this clean for YouTube. Democrats love to pay high taxes, high gas prices, high food, on and on. Yeah, they do. I don't know why. I don't know who would love to pay more. I love going to Thailand because it's so much cheaper, because I get to save money. I get more for my money. That's what I love. Maybe that's a Republican thing. Maybe it's the conservatives that want to conserve their money. And the Democrats want to be liberal with their money, quite liberal, throwing it all around. I like Newsmax, Breitbart, and One American News. Yeah, they're all great channels, but they're all very far right. Not far right, but they're all very right. The thing I like about those channels, though, is they're honest about their bias. That's the best part. They're like, yes, we are pro-Trump. CNN tries to be like the news you can trust, the most trusted name in news. They're basically saying we are unbiased. It's bullshit. If you're at least going to own your slant, then I could have respect for you, because then at least when I watch what I'm watching, I'll know what to expect. It's kind of like when you guys come to my channel, I'm a Trump supporter. So everything that comes out of my mouth is going to be the lens of a Trump supporter. But you know that. So that means that this channel is way more honest than CNN, who's like, oh, we're neutral. We're neutral. F Trump, F Trump, F Trump, F Trump. But we swear we're neutral. F Trump, go Joe Biden, F Trump. It's like, yo, guys, come on. Come on. If you were just honest, I'd have way more respect for you. That's exactly why she read her speech. Exactly. She read her speech to try to win points, to try to show how empowering she would have been. And I think it's really because she's running in 2024. I do think Hillary is going to be making a comeback. Liberals in this country are considered conservative globally. It's because the USA is so far right. Blame Reaganism. No, that's not true at all. I mean, here, Renzo. I don't know. Renzo, let me know. Do you have a passport? Like, be honest, Renzo. Do you have a passport? Tell me if you have a passport. And then also tell me if you've been to other, thank you for the super sticker. I can't see it on this platform. Let me go on my YouTube channel real quick so I can see if I could find the sticker. Hold on, guys. I want to see what the super sticker is.
Looking for the best music for your videos? Then you should check out Artlist.
Okay, and the democracy.
I want to see
what is the super sticker she sent me? Oh my God. Yeah, she's crazy. Guys, she sent me the freaking poop emoji. What the hell? She's nuts. What was I talking about? Shit, I lost my train of thought. Oh yeah, Renzo. Do you have a passport? You got to tell me if you have a passport, bro. Okay, Renzo. All right, so you got a passport. Have you been to other countries? Like, what countries have you been to? Because I'll tell you this. Conservatives in America are, a lot of them, not all of them, but a lot of them are liberal to conservatives everywhere else. So I think we're seeing the world opposite. I mean, that's just what's going on here, and I think the reality is probably somewhere in the middle, maybe, or closer to my side, because I think that I'm more right than you are. But regardless of that, it's interesting how we both see the world so differently. But again, Renzo, you know that you've been a viewer of mine for almost a year now. Me and you both know this. And I've never once deleted your comments. I've never once censored you. I never once insulted you except for calling you a commie, which is just, at this point, that's kind of our relationship. But I always will respect your viewpoint. I will always allow you to express your viewpoint, because at the end of the day, even though I completely disagree with you, at least you're trying to bring up like interesting thoughts and interesting points. Let's put it that way. Even though I might think you're wrong, I will always respect your right to your opinion and right to your speech. You've never harassed me. You've never threatened me. You've never insulted me. So again, you're welcome here. There are guys in my channel that used to come, like Mike, who did insult me a lot, where they make fun of my big nose. I know I have a big nose. That's like common knowledge. But you've always been pretty level-headed, so I respect and appreciate that. But we definitely don't see the world the same way, and that's totally fine. I mean, that's what makes America great, is that people are allowed to see everything differently. Oh, we got another super sticker. Thank you so much for Big Dog Bulldog. Let me see which one you sent me. I'm using StreamYard, so like I can't see the stickers. I have to go into my. Oh, he's giving me the little like. That's so cool. What is it, like a little pear, and he's pumping up his iron. That's awesome. Yeah, guys, I've been doing a little bit of. This lighting's not good right now. How do I get the better lighting? Come on, come on. Give me the better lighting. Where's my better lighting? Hold on. See, muscles are all about lighting. Let's see. Where's the good lighting here? That's not bad. That's not bad. That's not bad. Here we go. We're getting the lighting. It's usually like above. But see, when there's no lighting, it's not as impressive. You need the lighting to see the striations. Yeah. So anyway, that's me pumping up like a little pear. I'm still trying to lose about 5 to 10 pounds. It's tough. It's tough because I'm at that point where my body's like happy with my weight. I'm at 170 right now, 169 around there. And my body's like, you're good at them. So it will require me stepping up my cardio like crazy, but also, you know, really tightening up my diet at this point. But the problem is I started doing a lot of legs. And as you know, legs are a huge muscle group. So as I build up my legs and I get more muscle and strength there, I'm going to be gaining more weight. So I feel like maybe looking at the weight on the scale for my goals is not the best thing. I think if I stay 170, but build my legs up, but lose some of the fat up top, I'd be, you know, looking pretty damn good. But I got to look good for the Spider-Man costume. I think it'd be fun to start doing like birthday parties or like appearances as Spider-Man. I think that could be a fun gig for me all over Florida. I do have I probably don't know if I should say this, but I got a Facebook page. It's called Spider-Man of Florida. That's my page. So I don't have any content there, but I am doing my first collab soon with a restaurant on the 17th. So I'm going to be going to a Mexican taco restaurant on the 17th in Port Orange in Florida as Spider-Man to support the restaurant and also announce the release of the movie. So I'm doing that on my own. I'm doing it for free because I know the owner. I'm friends with her. So I said, hey, tell the kids in the community that Spider-Man's going to be at your taco stand on the 17th. You know, could get people to show up, take pictures with Spider-Man. So that's going to be my first Spider-Man promo that I'm doing for fun by myself. I used to do it professionally for Marvel when I was younger. I actually worked for Marvel Entertainment as a professional Spider-Man. So I kind of know the way you're supposed to operate in the costume. You're supposed to stay in character the whole time. There's all these different excuses why we can't do certain things, because a lot of times you'll have kids say to you, if you're really Spider-Man, then shoot some webs. So you say things like, I'm trying to conserve my web fluid in case the Green Goblin shows up. Or if someone says, come on, you're Spider-Man, climb the wall. You say things like, you know, the boss told me not to get the walls dirty. You know, so there's all these different things you can use to stay in character, but also avoid doing things that kids want you to do. So that's going to be a fun day. We'll probably have some good photos from that event. And yeah, I'm just really excited about Spider-Man. Let's see. Gas prices are controlled by OPEC, et cetera. I mean, that's not necessarily true. That's partially true, Renzo. You know, back when Trump was president, Trump actually tweeted at OPEC saying that they better get gas prices under control, and instantly they did. So there are things that presidents can do to strong arm or use their authority or just use rhetoric. So you're absolutely wrong. There are things to do. Also, closing pipelines isn't really helpful when you're trying to, you know, keep gas prices down. We were energy independent under Trump, not under Biden anymore. Now we're relying on foreign oil. So there are things that we can do that a president can do to control prices, and Biden has failed on that. Totally agree. Own your own bias. Too often media acts like they are neutral. That's exactly the thing. Like I know you're left. I know you're far left. And, you know, and I'm not far right. I want to be clear. I'm not far right. I'm actually big Trump supporter. Specific on issues, I'm right. But on other issues, I'm left. But yeah, overall, my channel is through the lens of a Trump supporter. That's what my channel is, which is right leaning. But I'm open about that. You know exactly what you're going to get on my channel. And that's why I think every channel should do that. Every channel should be like, yo, this is our perspective and our opinion, and this is what you're going to get. And you could have a channel like CNN, right? You could have a CNN hire a conservative commentator, and they could come on and say, I'm the conservative viewpoint on this channel. That would be amazing. If CNN could hire a conservative person, that would be so cool. Like, I'd have so much respect for that. And maybe now that they're cleaning shop and getting rid of Chris Cuomo, as well as that sexual predator that they fired, maybe now they could bring in some conservative voices. Who knows? I wish Republicans win back the White House in 2024, but unfortunately, I refuse to vote with the way elections are operated currently. I'm not going to embarrass myself. You know, this is the part that concerns me. What's up is because if a lot of Americans make that same decision that you're making, then yeah, we are going to lose. So no matter what your opinions are, you need to vote in 2024. You know, when I was younger, I never cared about voting. I always thought my vote doesn't count. And to a degree, I'm still like, yeah, you know, like for example, I voted in New York. New York still lost by 4 million margin. So my vote, we didn't lose by 4 million and won, right? So it's like, did your vote count? In that regard, when you look at it that way, it's like, well, no, it didn't count. But the votes count when everyone who wants to vote a certain way does vote. That's when it matters. So if there is 100,000 of you, what's up? If there's 100,000 of you that are thinking the same way, well, now your vote, we needed your vote, you know? Like I bet in Michigan today or Wisconsin or Nevada, the margins that Biden won by were so small that I bet that there were enough people in your category, what's up, that did not vote in 2020 that could have shifted that margin. Right? Think about that. If all 50,000 of you, 100,000 of you that were like, voted, we could be with Trump right now. Because Joe Biden, on the 5 or 6 swing states that he won by less than 100,000 total votes. So, you know, it wasn't like a landsliding victory on those swing states. So we need you to vote. What's up? Just vote. Okay. Even if you think it's for nothing, just vote, please. We need you. We need every Republican vote we can get. We need you for the midterms. We need you for the 2024 election. Please confirm that you're hearing this message loud and clear. And please confirm that you will vote in the next elections. If Trump runs, it'll be the 3rd time I vote for him. Pretty epic. So Salty Alex, I'm looking at your thumbnail and you appear to be a chica guapa. Now, I don't know anything about you, but if you are above the age of 21, which I think you are based on the photo, if you're above the age of 21, you should be my next guest on the Cupid podcast, where I interview single ladies that are Trump supporters, and we talk about dating and politics. So Salty Alex, if you are a 21 plus girl, the one in your picture right there, or even if it's not you, but you're still attractive, message me on Instagram, Adam Francisco, Be Free My Sheeple, and let's set up a Cupid Adam Francisco podcast. Would love to have you on the channel, hear your thoughts, you know, have my audience, which is 90% male, ask you questions. It's a really fun show. And if you go on YouTube and search Cupid AF, you'll see the first episode. I think it's the second result. And you'll just see it's a fun, lighthearted show. And just as a reminder of what the brand looks like, this is, where's my brand? Hold on. Remove. Stop screen. Where's my brand? I don't know. My brand's not showing. But I have a Cupid background, and it's really adorable. So yeah, message me if that's you and you're down to be on a podcast. That'd be really cool to have you on. Yeah, Renzo, that's what it's about. And as you know, like I'm open to talk to everybody. You know, I mean, I honestly don't even know what you look like. I don't know how old you are, nothing about you. But if you'd want to maybe consider coming on to the TNA show, we could have a conversation. We could talk about that. You know, me, you, and Tara can get on. Not to outnumber you, but I know that you're familiar with both Tara and me. And it wouldn't be a debate. I don't think that a debate would be necessary. It would just be a meeting of the minds to hear your perspective if you want. You could even wear a mask if you want. If you want to keep your identity private, no problem. Put on a mask, go get a mask, and we're more than happy to still have you on the show so that you could protect your identity. It's not about seeing what you look like. I really don't care, to be honest. But again, you could DM me on Instagram, Adam Francisco, or Be Free My Sheeple. And if you want to set up a live chat, yeah, more than happy to do it with you. I think that'd be, after a year of this back and forth, I think that'd be really cool to do that. I think Renzo should send a super sticker to Adam to show respect. Yeah, exactly. That would be fair. Renzo, that would be fair. If you want to send me a little super sticker, I'd love that. Marshall says, my nose is not big. My face is just small. That's funny. That's pretty funny. It looks like Mr. X left us. Have a good night, Mr. X. I don't think you're here, but if you watch this repeat, I do have a feeling that Trump is going to pick Candace Owens because he did say that he's leaning towards a female person of color. And I don't know who's better than her. I don't know who's better than her, except she is hated by a lot of the black community because they fall for the narrative that she's like a race traitor. They fall for that nonsense. But I still think that would be a freaking amazing ticket. Trump Owens versus Clinton, whoever she picks. Clinton, Kamala, whatever. Let's go. Let's go. Can't read your comment. What's up from 8:30? I can't read that comment. Oh, Salty, of course. Yeah, the restream is he's exactly where I hope to be one day. I hope that I one day have thousands of live viewers. And right now we're at 40, so I'm 4% to my goal. But as time goes on, I do expect these streams to compound. I mean, that's the whole concept. If I go live every day, over time, they should grow. I mean, that's the theory. So, no, I mean, I don't have more than enough money, but I have enough money. Put it that way. Hopefully next year will be perfect. Salty, you're 28 years old. 28 is the perfect age to start considering looking for a significant relationship, right? But even if you come onto the podcast and and that's not your goal, it's still fun talking to pretty girls about politics and dating advice. You could still give dating advice and talk about your views on dating, even if you're not looking for anything. But again, you are a patriot, it sounds like. And so it's really cool to put patriots in front of an audience and just hear your thoughts. So yeah, message me on Instagram, Adam Francisco, Be Free My Sheeple. I check both accounts. And we could schedule something for this week coming up. We can do a December Cupid AF live stream. I'll wear my Santa hat. You wear your Santa hat. It could be adorable. And you could plug your business. You could plug your Instagram. You could plug your TikTok, whatever you want. This would be, for me, as much as it is for you. So I think it could be really fun. And if you are based in Florida, you could even come down to our studio in Orlando. We could also do that as well, which is fun. But again, you don't know who I am. I'm a stranger on a screen. So asking someone to come to a studio, I know is a little weird. So we could do remotely too. Whatever you want. Do you really know his net worth? You're just saying. Apparently you could Google my net worth. I mean, even though I'm just going to be honest, it's completely wrong. You could actually Google my name and type in net worth, and then you'll see what the internet has somehow come up with. No idea where they got that number from. I seriously do not know. But they definitely put a number up there. I'll say that. And I'm jealous. I'm jealous of who they think I am. Let's just put it that way. Wait, Renzo, you're in Daytona Beach? Why have we never met? That's crazy. Unless we have met. Unless you've seen. Oh, Ken Johnson, thank you for the super chat. I appreciate that. I just saw that now. We got the super chat. He did the muscles. So I guess I did the biceps before. Now I'll do the triceps. He showed me doing the muscles. Hold on. He showed them with the lighting. See? There you go. Every time you guys send me the little pair lifting, I'll show a muscle. How's that? Because I know that's what you guys love. My straight male conservative audience loves to see man's muscles. The only way I will is if they make a law that every eligible voter is required to have a voter ID that includes picture, signature, and thumbprint, no mail-in ballots, and voting personally. Yeah, they're never going to do that. WhatsApp, they're never going to do that. But I mean, WhatsApp, what state are you in? I keep saying WhatsApp. What's up? What state are you in? Because at least if you're in a red state, make it more red. Just vote for a red state. What's up, Debbie? How you doing? Yeah, Marvin. I mean, she in that thumbnail, the half face, she appears to be beautiful. So I'd love to have her on the live stream. Thank you so much, Ken Johnson. I appreciate that so much, man. I appreciate that. Yes, Debbie, I am 38 years old. Yeah, Steve. A lot of people always ask me, like, am I on vacation? I'm kind of like, I don't know how to answer that, right? Because I haven't had a mailing address in 4 years, and I've just been living out of hotels and Airbnbs for 4 years. I don't think people realize that, like, if you drop the rent, like, let's say your rent is $1,000 a month, $1,500 a month, $2,000 a month. right? If you let's back up even more. Car, rent, all that stuff. If you add it up and you're spending $2,000 a month, $2,500 a month on your fixed expenses, and you liquidate everything, no apartment, no car, none of that stuff, and you leave New York, LA, you leave a major city, even going to a small city in America, all of a sudden you're richer, right? But you take it a step further, you go to developing countries, you're significantly richer. So you could actually live better, way better overseas than you can home. So yeah, I mean, I'm not on vacation. I'm just traveling, and I just enjoy traveling a lot. Yo, that's mad. That's so creepy, bro. So guys, there's this restaurant that I love in Ormond, which is called Sushi 99. And I've been there many times. And he's seen me there before. Why didn't you say something to me, bro? You should have like came up to me and be like, yo, I'm Renzo. I'm the commie. You should have said something. That's crazy. See, that's the problem though, being a YouTuber, guys, is like you have all these people around the world who see you and you don't see them. And so as Reina Del Sur once told me, there's an asymmetry of information, right? Like you guys know so much about me and I know nothing about you guys unless we meet up and, you know, get to know each other. But that's pretty crazy. All right, Rob, enjoy with Salty Cracker. Salty Cracker is the shit. What's up? I can't read that comment from 839. I'd love to, but I can't read it. So, Renzo, you saw me from afar. It's a small sushi restaurant. So when you say afar, what were you like 20 feet away? That's afar if you're like a snail or a slug. But as a human being, that's not far at all. You could have said, it's not that creepy. It's not that creepy. You know, I mean, he probably recognized me from YouTube and just didn't want to say anything, and that's fine. It's not that creepy. It's a little creepy. Yeah, you know why? People that are rich that are moving to Puerto Rico because they have a 0% tax code. So if you move to Puerto Rico, apparently, and you live there 6 months a year, and you hire 2 Puerto Rican employees and set up a business, you don't have to pay any income tax or something. So a lot of crypto whales are putting their money there, which is amazing. So yeah, Puerto Rico is becoming is a big hotspot for the wealthy. I was driving, you were in the parking lot. Oh, okay. All right. It's a little less, we're getting a little less creepier as time goes on, but still creepy, but it's okay. It's all good. What am I going to do? Yell at you? Yes. People do that all the time, bro. People all the time are like, yo, Adam Francisco. And I'm like, oh, what's up? Yeah. So you definitely could have yelled at me if you saw me. I mean, I respond to everybody. Now that's me. I lick my lips when I look at Chica Guapas from afar. I'm like, that meme, you know? Not reading the comments is part of the problem. That's as bad as not voting then. You're censoring yourself for them, and that's what they want. So you're 100% correct. This is exactly what they want. But you have to understand something. I have spent a year and a half almost building my YouTube channel up to almost 15,000 subscribers. If I were to say something that they don't like, they give me a strike. And if I get 3 strikes in 90 days, I'm permanently banned and I have to restart all over. And to me, that is, I've seen people do it. It's really sad when it happens. It's very frustrating. So what I need to do is I can use this platform as a door, as a gateway to still be on the platform. Remember, YouTube is the biggest search engine in the world. So you need to be there. That's the bottom line. You have to be here. So I could be here, open the door for you guys, and I could push you off to somewhere else, Rumble, which is where there you could see whatever the hell I want to say on Rumble is where you can see it. So consider this a censored gateway, and then Rumble is my freedom. And Twitter too. Twitter too allows me to say a lot of stuff too. So that's great. But yeah, I have to play by their rules just for the sake of my own ability to sustain myself here and survive. I don't need to be murdered by YouTube on the channel. I need to keep my channel alive. So unfortunately, it's the rules we have to play with. So and he is right. People do recognize me usually because of the dogs, more so than me. So he's absolutely right. It is the dogs. No, Debbie, I'm not living off YouTube money. Not at all. I'm living off of stock market money and crypto money. I wish. I mean, last year for a while, I was able to live off YouTube when the election was happening because my views were 90,000 views a day. But now I'm being shadow banned and suppressed and censored. And so I'm fighting against the algorithm, which is why I'm trying to do live streams every day for you guys, as well as for myself, just so I can grow the channel. And I think doing a daily live stream around 7 o'clock could make the most sense. I've already been live for an hour and 40 minutes for you guys tonight. That's crazy. I was only going to do this for an hour, and we're already an hour 40 minutes. But anyway, it looks like I'm all caught up to the comments. That was quite the battle. God, look how skinny I look without the lighting. It's crazy. I look so small. But anyway, guys, I had a great time talking to you guys tonight. As always, this is a fun live stream talking about the 2024 election. I'm looking forward to it. Next year's a big year. I'll be in Florida soon. Spider-Man No Way Home. Let's freaking go. And as always, guys, you know the deal. Be free, my sheeple. Be free, my sheeple. Let's go, Brandon. And I'm going to play my theme song to sign off. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. I think I'm going to be with Tara tomorrow. So we'll be back on a TNA show tomorrow. So tomorrow is going to be this.
Well, hey.
But today was this.